I don't hate it, but if I can fix it, would it be okay with you?
100%.
Okay, so here's the problem. It is a self-propelling insight that leads into a sales pitch with start, middle, and end, and does not require me to participate at all. So if I was going to change that a little bit, and I'm not in your industry, but let me take a stab at it, I would say the insight would sound something like this. Hey, Sean, Matt Easton with Easton Rentals. Hey, there is something going on that every general contractor is having to deal with right now. Nobody's talking about it. I wanted to make sure you were aware of it. I'm on my mobile, 720-660-3202. Yeah, hey, Matt, I got your voicemail. What's going on? Yeah, here's what's going on. It's kind of a no-win paradox that we're seeing a lot of general contractors in. With the economy and with construction loans, everybody's having to get creative to bid on the right jobs. Here's the issue that nobody's talking about. There's a lot of contractors that have the capabilities to do jobs that are outside of their normal scope, but they don't have the equipment to deal with that. Now, the real problem is, especially with interest rates where they are, or financing where it is, and they don't know if they're going to get any more of those jobs. Now they're faced with this kind of, should I even bid on that job? Should I go after that job? Should I take the job but go in the hole by buying a skid steer that I don't potentially need? How are you guys dealing with that at Anderson GC? You know, making sure that you're in the position to bid on as many jobs as your people could skillfully do, but at the same time balancing the fact that, hey, you know, some of these jobs require specialized equipment that I'm not sure I'll need on a regular basis, right? And then the beautiful thing about that is now I'm pausing, and I've used the Easton University sales process. So what did I just do? It's jujitsu. It's called checkmate. That is checkmate. Because if it's Tom T, and I say that to Tom, right? Because I see Tom down in there in the bottom corner there, right? So I say that to Tom. What can Tom say? Tom only has two answers. He can go, yeah, that's a real problem for me, right? Like there's some jobs I want to bid on and I don't have the equipment. Cool, I love that, because I can say, hey, because of the fact that you had said there's some jobs that you want to bid on, but you're not sure if it's worth, the juice is worth the squeeze in you buying like a second skid steer or a pneumatic whatever, blah, 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 or blankety blank. Does it make sense for me to recommend getting a price list over to you guys for those jobs, and I can even categorize them so that way you guys can freely bid as if you were a company with all those resources, and then instead of buying the bar, just buy the drink when you need it through me, and I'm happy to help you with all that, right? I'm off on the right track. Here's the cool thing about the Easton University process and delivering that insight of general contractors having to choose. What's the other way that could go? The other way that could go is Tom could go, I'm all set, pal. Right? Well, I didn't do a sales pitch. I just let him know about an insight. So when he says, I'm all set, pal, TT Construction's doing great, I say, man, that's awesome to hear, right? I've talked to several GCs this week, and I think you guys are doing awesome. That is great to hear. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I will be here when you guys are ever in a position where you want to bid on jobs, but you don't want to put the capital out to have the equipment, but you want to be able to bid on that job. Fair enough? And it's freaking checkmate, right? Because I didn't say anything about my product. I just delivered the insight and said, how are you dealing with that? Now, if he says, I'm good, I don't have that problem, I can use my net outcome statement and go, that's awesome. That is great to hear. I will be here if you ever run into jobs that you don't have the equipment, but you want to bid on it, you want to capture that revenue, deal me in, I can make that happen for you. Now what have I done? I delivered an insight, I brought some new information to him. He's leaving that call going, Tom, you're not even in the biz, but Tom's probably thinking right now, he does have a point there. Like, we normally farm out on the concrete, like when we're doing a new garage, I normally farm out the concrete because I don't have the things to compress the sand for paver. Jeepers creepers, there's a whole nother line of business for me. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Right? But I never gave a sales pitch, so you never could reject me. All right? So we lead with the insight first. And that's where, going back to your point, you had a good insight there. And we had a private, I won't say with who, I see him on here. There was a private we had this morning. We talked just about this. He had 3 or 4 insights, and we decided as a team on our private, let's just pick one. right? Because when you pick one, it's easier for the other person to digest, right? Do you see my guy that we just had the private with? I can say her name if you want me to. If not, I won't. But do you see how it's easier to digest when you say, hey, here's the issue. Contractors have to choose between two evils. Do I not bid on the job because it's out of scope of the equipment that I have? Or do I bid on the job and purchase equipment that I'm not sure if I'm going to need, right? And then if they go, hey, we rent all of our equipment on that. That's the third option. Cool, I'll be here when you need to make sure that you have the right equipment at the right rate and you're working with somebody that understands the reason why you're renting the equipment is you want to be able to expand your business. You win on that one too, because the guys over at blankety blank rentals, they're like, I don't know what you need, right? Instead, now they're going to call you and you're going to be like, dude, what are you working on? That's awesome. Right? Hey, I'm going to help you on this. I'd love to get you to a point. If you're ever getting to a point where you're doing a lot of these jobs and you need to permanently buy this stuff, I can make a few recommendations there. And you're like, dude, you're a partner for my business. So you're in a good spot with that. But where we have to go with our insights is we have to put ourselves in a position to slow down and say, how are you dealing with that? Because that's where the magic happens. Hey, you're losing deals right now and you don't even know why. And that should scare you. I get it. You think you're saying the right things. You think you're doing everything by the book, but deals are slipping through your fingers. Why? Because nobody ever taught you the right way to sell. I'm Matt Easton, and at Easton University, I'll show you exactly what to say, exactly what to do, and exactly how to close more deals fast. You're going to get access to the Easton University Learning Portal. It's going to show you everything you need to know to double your sales within 30 days. But it doesn't stop there. I'm going to work with you live twice a week to make sure you hit your goals. I'm going to be there with you every single step of the way. Stop guessing and start closing. Click the link here and take control of your sales career right now.